Hello, a very good evening to
Hi.
everyone. Hello again. Welcome to this week TGIF Man Circle. Today I'll be hosting the live talk together with my brother here, Brother Chong. Give a big hello, shout out to Brother Chong here. And I'm
Hi, I'm
Michael.
Chong. Hi,
Welcome
everyone.
back, everyone. Good to see all
Yeah,
of you
welcome back.
again. So today's topic is find your inner peace. A very, very interesting topic that we would like to discuss, you know. And before we go further into what is today's topic all about, let's ask Brother Chong. How are you feeling, Brother Chong?
Great. Fantastic. Peaceful.
Peaceful, right? What would be your definition of inner peace? You care to elaborate, a little bit more? What do you define? What is the definition of inner peace?
Mm, well, I would say that for me, my from where I come from my
Okay,
definition, I find inner peace to be when I'm free of trouble,
okay,
when I'm calm, when I'm free of conflicts, when I'm free of, did I say worries? Yeah,
okay.
it's like you know there's just this empty space within,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm.
there's no disturbance.
Okay,
It's like being a calm lake, you know,
okay. All right.
where where even when a grain of sand falls on the lake, you can see the
Mm.
ripples. That's what I consider as
That is a
as
very zen definition of inner peace for you, huh?
yeah, well,
But
yeah. I
for
mean, in a
me,
sense, I've
yeah,
always had
yeah,
this
okay,
image of
yes,
that's
yes,
how
yes.
peace is for me.
Of course, for us to really understand what is inner peace, we need to understand, first of all, when there is no peace in our life. A lot of us, gone through, hectic lifestyle. Going to work itself is a hectic lifestyle. Maybe when the way you drive to work, with all the jam and everything, there is no peace at all, right? In order for a person to really understand the true meaning of inner peace, he have to go through a situation or a period of no peace, right? And for me, yes, I used to believe that things, external peace, like when you go to certain places where you feel good, you go to a hotel lobby, you sit there, you drink tea, then you feel peace. Or when you go to a massage place, when you have your massage, you feel peaceful. But those are external peace. you know those situation is, you cannot always have it. You cannot be having those peace when you're working. So for me, it's to really find the inner peace within ourselves, that you can bring out the peace, whenever you need to. It's always with you. you know for me, it's, inner peace is always with us. Because of all these conflicts, all these stressor, and all these things that's happening in our life, that disturbing our emotion, disturbing our feeling, causing a lot of chaotic moment in our life. So we need to find our own inner peace, and it's always with us, right? I'm sure you agree with me, right, brother?
Yes, it's like that we by nature actually we are peace. We are peaceful.
Yes, yeah, peaceful.
Except that life happens and all these distractions come. All this, as
Mm.
you say, this
Yes.
chaos. All
Mm.
these things that are
Mm.
we try to control but we can't,
Mm.
and then that disturbs us.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
so at the yes, I agree very much with what you said, especially the part where you say that you
Mm.
know by nature we are actually very peaceful.
Yes, true.
Our natural state is actually peace.
Yes. Okay. And let's use an example of workplace, because both of us are working, right? And we have a lot of situations, a lot of scenarios in our office you know that is disturbing our peace, disturbing our calmness, disturbing our emotion. Now, if you allow me, brother, how do you handle, or how do you find your own inner peace in your workplace? Or is there any way or any guidance that you care to share with us?
Well, I would say that having worked all these years, I would say that when I was younger, in the beginning, I find that I had less peace.
Okay.
I less
Normal
peace in the
lah.
sense, yeah, being a subordinate, being a
Mm.
staff member.
Okay, okay.
So you get it from the side, you get it from the top, all these
Mm-hmm.
pressures and all the demands and all
Okay,
that. And being of a younger age and with less experience and less skills and
okay.
knowledge,
Mm.
so I found that doing my job was a bit harder.
All
Yeah.
right.
And because and naturally, everybody wants, everybody who works wants to do their job well. And
Okay,
because
all
I
right.
didn't have the skills or the experience yet,
Mm-hmm.
I know there were some certain challenges that I could not handle, and it
Mm-hmm.
disturbed me. Yeah. And I
Mm-hmm.
found that I had very little peace because of that. No,
Okay,
but of course,
okay.
as I advanced, in my job and my career in my
Mm.
life,
Mm-hmm.
of course, now building up the experience and the skills, and
Mm-hmm.
advancing my career, of course, that helps a lot in terms of
Yes.
now,
Okay.
the pressure from the top is different. you know
Mm-hmm.
Last time the pressure, when you're at lower level, the pressure is
Mm-hmm.
always
Mm.
definitely
Yes. Okay.
greater, because there's so many
Mm-hmm.
levels on top.
Mm.
But now it's easier. So so the pressure is less, and of course now,
Mm.
I have a lot of independence and
Mm-hmm.
autonomy in what I do.
Mm.
So it's a bit different. Yeah. So now my work piece is comes not from internal pressures but external pressures in terms of solving
Okay.
problems.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
for
Okay.
my employer. So but whatever is still the same. Yeah.
Mm.
There's pressure, but now
Mm.
better able to handle such things.
So how
So
do you
for me,
so how do you handle, brother? What is the tool, or care to elaborate a bit more how how you handle, or any methods that you use to handle your inner, to to find your inner peace?
well, for me, I would say that my, I mean, if you speak specifically of peace at work, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because I wouldn't want. I know it's very hard for me to like separate it,
Okay.
to take out peace at work and not and isolate and say that no, it is by itself, and if I solve it, then I'll be at peace. No, I wouldn't put it that way, because I believe, or rather, it's my experience, that
Mm-hmm.
if I am peaceful, you know, as a person, as a being,
Okay. Mm.
I'll have peace, whether at work or in my family life, or
Mm-hmm.
in my personal life, or in my friends and all that, in my social life and all that. Because if really, if I don't have peace at work, it'll affect the other areas of my life. If
Okay.
I don't have
Okay.
peace at other areas of my life, it will affect my work, my job as
Mm-hmm.
well.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I would approach it from a holistic, more of a holistic way, and to
Okay.
say that, uh, you know, even when I was older, when I was okay with my work, I did not have personal peace in terms of, relationship, you know, and in terms of even my social life, yeah, or and stuff like that. And I really truly actually found this peace that I sought for
Mm.
only after I took up meditation.
Okay. Oh,
No, I
meditation. All
went,
right.
yeah, I
So
went
we have
for,
a
yeah, for a
question here,
mental
brother.
practice
So,
and all
sorry
that.
to cut in. We have a question here from the audience, from Kevin. Hello, Kevin. Welcome back again. So Kevin's question is, which do you handle first, self, work, or outside if work scope? He's talking about inner peace. How,
Yeah.
where would you handle first, self, work, or outside if work scope?
Well, of course, Michael, you can answer this as well. But
Yes,
if
of course.
I'm to answer first, then I'll say I will start with the self first.
Yes,
You know,
agree.
I will
Yes.
start with self.
Yeah, because everything comes from you. Your work, your life, your decision making, how you handle things, it's all coming out from you. Other other things, how people say it, the external matters you can't handle, you can't control, but what comes out from you, you actually can control. So if you ask me, same like brother Chong, it is from self. My background, I'm from a trading company. My work is very, very hectic. We you can say there is no peace at all. Every day we are chasing something, chasing about sales, chasing the contact, chasing information. Same like brother Chong. When I was younger, there is no peace at all. When there is no peace, I feel very easily. I felt very easily tired at the end of the day, because sometimes you don't know what you're chasing for. You just want to make yourself so busy chasing something. But as I embark on this spiritual path, I learn meditation, and that really helps me a lot. Right, meditation on a daily basis, or just experiencing meditation really helped me to bring back the focus or the calmness in my life, and that is within us, within me. Yeah, sorry, within me. I felt the peace within me. You know, previously my peace was all external. I used to believe that, external peace, like, you go outside, you go to a nice place, you enjoy the crowd, you enjoy the moment. That is peace for me. But you can't bring that moment back to the office, right? So with with meditation, learning some of the tools in mindfulness, like, breathing. That is a very good example. You know, I practice this very much in my office, very often as well. Even today, I practice this in height of all the busyness in the work. I take times to really, really close my eyes, even for 5 seconds, and just to breathe. It helped me to, bring down my level of calmness to myself, and that really can help me to handle my work more efficiently. Right, brother?
You mentioned mindfulness just now. Actually, before
Right.
before the session started, this live started, we had some discussion about mindfulness as well,
Mm,
right, Mike? And that's interesting because you you associated peace with mindfulness. Now, maybe you'd like to share with our audience here as to
mm,
how
mm.
you mean by that. That mindfulness can help with attaining peace
Yeah, yeah.
or inner
Because you
peace.
see that for me, like I practice some because sometimes you cannot. Yeah, of course I love meditation, and sometimes you cannot do meditation in the middle of your work, right? In the middle of a working hour. So how I so the other methods that I use is mindfulness. With mindfulness, there's so a wide scope of mindfulness methods out there. And some of the very practical one which I do, as I mentioned just now, is breathing. Right? Or I just close my eyes for a while. Just make sure, just to remain still, and without to remain still, remain calm, to bring back the calmness back to myself. And that is one way. And the other way is sometimes I refrain from making quick decision. I pause for a while if I need to. In spite of all the busyness and all the pressure around. Sometimes I just pause in making decision. I break. Just maybe I just take that break. I go to the toilet. I just go down to my car park. Just walk around and then just feel, just to relieve the pressure, and just
Now
to
that's
bring my.
uh,
Mhm.
yes, please, sorry.
Yeah, just to relieve the pressure, relief of all the noise around me. I find that it helped me a lot in making, not to help me to make better decision in my life, in my workplace lah.
Actually, that's very interesting when you speak of the pause.
Yes.
Actually, that pause is a very important pause,
Mm.
from my experience as well. That that little gap or that little space that we give to ourselves,
Yes.
for that moment of actually
Mm.
peace, or like I said when we introduced this, when I started, when you asked about definition, that little pause, that little gap, or that little space,
Right.
of emptiness, that's very important. And
Yes.
all these little gaps, when they add up, actually they have a good effect on us
Yes.
internally.
Yes. Yes. You just imagine, brother, if you are in a meeting room, when there is so much tension around. Let's say you are in a meeting room, about sales budget. When the company cannot hit the sales budget, there's so many questions around, so many people is giving their opinion. Some is useful, some might not be useful. The
Hmm?
situation in that area, in that room, is so tension. And do you think it will be helpful if everybody is remain in that kind of level of emotion?
Yes. Yep.
Right? So for
Definitely,
you
I
to
see your
make,
point.
yeah,
Yep.
so maybe just break away, to have a short break, 5 minutes, so that everybody go for their coffee break, everybody
Yep.
go to
Yep.
the toilet, or just
Yep.
go to get a fresh, yeah, just go and see the sky, and fresh air, breathe some new things. Then when they come back, they'll feel, you'll see the difference in everybody, the
It's like a
freshness.
pressure valve, no? It's like a valve,
Right,
right? When
right,
you
right,
release,
right.
the pressure,
Mm.
work regularly, or occasionally.
Yes, yes. And another very good example I can give is, if any one of you, You can say you want to go to the toilet. Just say you want to go to the toilet. Take your time to go to the toilet, to have that break, to have that pause, to have to,
Yeah. Yeah.
to bring back that feeling of calmness back to you.
It changes things. It really changes things.
Yes, yes.
It, the space itself, that space itself. As I know, you have mentioned inner peace and outer peace. It is also the inner space and the outer space.
Mm,
No, it's
mm,
outer space as in outer space out
mm,
there,
mm,
but
mm,
outer
mm,
space around us, as,
mm.
as in around us, the environment. Now, first we take that gap now, that piece, that pause,
The
yeah,
break,
we pause within,
break.
we pause within, whether in a form of breathing, or whether in a form of just being silent,
Mm,
inside,
mm,
just
mm,
remove all the thoughts and all that, and then you know, and or you go to another space, as
right.
my brother Michael mentioned. We either excuse ourselves, just go to maybe even a toilet,
Mm.
yeah. But of course, I wouldn't recommend a toilet like in this case, huh? I mean, to have
Okay.
that because of, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying we can't, yeah. I'm just saying for me personally, I wouldn't. For me, I would
Okay.
like just go away to another space, huh? To a fresh space, perhaps, yeah,
Mm,
so that
mm, mm.
it's so that actually the energy is different,
Yes,
yeah,
energy
the
is
energy
different.
of the
Agree.
space is different.
Mm,
Yeah, that's
mm,
why
mm.
you know but of course, like I said, if we don't have a choice, I mean, even any place will do. I mean, I would even
Yes,
go to the
yes,
toilet,
yes.
if let's say
Yeah.
there's no other space available,
Mm, mm,
in
mm.
the office, so it's fine. But
Yeah.
the
So
important thing
back.
is to remove ourselves
Right,
from the
right,
present
right.
situation,
Mm.
and go to a space of peace.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So back to the question just now from Kevin. So everything start from yourself. The point is everything start from yourself. You find your inner peace within yourself, and the work eventually you'll be able to handle it efficiently.
Yep.
Because for us is work, right? No matter how you like it or you don't like it, as long as you're working, there will be work. Just just understand this is point, right? Unless you want to stop working, then you stay in the house lah. No work for you, right? And how about brother? How do you? Okay, we have talked about
Thank you. Thank you,
inner
Kevin.
peace. Yeah, thank you, Kevin. We talk about inner peace in the office. How about finding inner peace in your relationship, brother? How do you manage? Because I'm sure that inner peace in the finding your inner peace in the office is different. Maybe some people is handling it differently, and finding your inner peace in your relationship. How do you manage your inner peace? How do you find your inner peace in your relationship?
Actually, what I will start off with is that any form of peace, is a relation is has to do with the relationship. Like inner
Okay.
peace has to do with a relationship with ourselves. Yeah,
Mm,
the inner peace within. Whereas, as you say, a peace out in an external relationship with someone, in somebody else, um, that essentially would be the same. Yeah,
okay.
that essentially would be the same. Now, I'll give you a very good, experience. I mean, not a good experience, but a very
Example,
common
huh?
experience. Yeah, a very common
Okay. Okay.
example.
All right.
Like when, let's say, like men and women are quite different. I mean, in the sense, let's say if there's a problem, let's say my partner and I have a
Argument.
argument now. You know,
Okay.
now what I always get is that she doesn't want to talk about it. She
You
wants
mean?
space. Yeah, she wants to, like,
Oh,
she doesn't want to talk
okay.
about
Okay.
it now, or she doesn't want to talk to me. She wants space. But for me, I want to solve the problem.
Okay.
Let's talk so they can solve the problem.
Yes, yes, because
So it's like,
men,
it's,
because
yeah,
men. This is what
yeah, we've
this
said
is
this
what.
before, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
men like to,
yeah,
because men, we are problem solver. We like
yeah,
to we
yeah,
like to solve the problem
yeah,
immediately. We don't like
yeah,
to drag on. But
yeah. That's why
woman
we don't use
different.
silent treatment, right? We don't use the silent treatment as a solution.
Okay, okay. We only
Like
got
the
silent
opposite gender
treatment.
tends to do that. Yeah, silent treatment, right? Anyway, yeah, I'm not being what do you
Bias,
call it?
ah, okay.
Yeah, I'm not being biased. Just a little joke there. Of course, we appreciate the differences between genders and how we handle
Yes,
issues. But anyway, coming back to what I was saying.
the
So
space.
in this
Yes.
case, no, I must stand back. No, I must stand back, allow her the space, because there's a space of peace.
Okay.
You know, and I must learn that. And I know I must learn that, and not to like impose myself on her, but just
Mm-hmm,
to like stand back and have my space of peace as well.
Of course, of course.
Yeah. So one way of actually peace in relationships is, I suppose, is acceptance, and
Mm-hmm.
patience,
Okay.
right? Patience that to wait this out and talk when she's ready to talk.
Yeah.
So in any relationship, I suppose to maintain that peace or lack of conflict, or
Mm-hmm.
the absence of conflict, is really
Mm-hmm.
to realize that in a relationship, it's a partnership, and
Yes.
it
Correct.
doesn't only depend on me. You
Right.
know,
Right.
there's always a give and take where
Right.
I'll have to contribute, at the same time I'll have to accept the other person's
Mm-hmm.
contribution into the relationship.
Yes.
So
Very,
that would
very well
basically.
said, brother. Very well said. I think you covered most of the thing in terms of finding the inner peace in a relation. I just want to add another point of I mean, have to have, it's, as you mentioned, in a relationship, there's a partnership between two person, and to have that understanding on where we stand, our position, that is very important because uh, no, not everyone is always right. Sometimes we make mistake, but making mistake is all right. That is part and parcel of building, to have a better relationship, right?
Yes.
And everybody would find their ways to find their inner peace. Of course, we always mention in our men's circle, effective communication is one of the way. Sometimes the more you communicate, the more you will find your inner peace. Because
Precisely.
yeah, because
Precisely.
when you communicate effectively, when you communicate, I meant what you mean was when you express out what you are feeling, whether you are angry, whether you are happy to the other, to your partner, so that she will understand, or she or he will understand what you're going through. By understanding you and not assuming, that clears a lot of conflicts, that clear a lot of misunderstanding in a relationship. That itself is already, express having the peace in a relationship. Sometimes those very simple things that we take for granted.
And no, I always like to say as well, no. I mean, basically, as going back to what you said about is a partnership, and it involves two parties, two people, in order to have a conflict.
Mm,
You know, so if one party does, it takes two to tango, basically, to make a dance. So if one party does not, you know, does not, play the game, no,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
refuses to play a game, or does not play the game, like, be patient and just walk away or just step back,
mm-hmm,
then there won't be any conflict. If one party does not want to participate in a conflict, there'll be no conflict. If let's say,
mm, mm.
if let's say you are to shout at me now, and no, I in anger shout back, that doesn't work,
Mm.
because that will create a conflict.
Yeah,
So
we'll
in
continue
order to
shouting.
have, yeah, so in order to have that peace, the peace is lack of conflict, basically, right? Or the
Right,
absence
right,
of
right.
conflict. So don't
Mm.
start a conflict, and there's peace automatically, immediately, instantly, right?
Right, right.
But that's why I know, to me, that's where we contribute to that partnership or that relationship. There's an active contribution. There's active
Mm, mm,
contribution is in the
mm,
form
mm,
of, you know
mm,
being passive about such things, about starting a conflict. So don't even, like, let us not even start a conflict by, let's say,
mm,
just standing back,
mm.
and
Yeah.
let the situation heal itself, because time actually
Mm,
does heal.
mm,
Because
mm,
when our emotions are, when something has happened, our emotions cool down, we look at things entirely differently.
mm,
We may
mm,
even be, in fact, no, from my experience, a lot of times, wow, I'm glad I didn't do that. Wow, I'm glad I
mm,
didn't do that. I'm glad I didn't respond. I'm glad I didn't
yeah.
shout back.
Yes, yes.
I'm
Yeah, of
glad I
course.
didn't answer.
Yeah,
Yeah, back.
but
Yeah,
it's
all
yeah,
this.
agree with what you say, and also we need to also differentiate to the audience that sometimes finding your inner peace doesn't mean that procrastination, being lazy, and doing the totally opposite. It doesn't mean that finding your inner peace means that you're not doing anything at all. Like what Brother Chong said, just sitting alone doing nothing is not finding your inner peace. That is a totally different context that we are trying to say here. Right? That is more about attitude, yeah, not so meaningful attitude or not so
Yeah,
effective attitude
yeah,
here. When we talk about finding inner peace, is we need to understand ourselves better, how we can achieve our inner peace. As we said in the beginning, inner peace is a state of calmness. We are in a state of calmness in spite of all the conflict around us. We need to, when there is conflict, we know by practicing, for example, meditation, we can bring back that peace within ourselves. No need to rely on other things. That
But
is what we are
why?
trying to. Go ahead.
So I think some of the audience members may be asking, why is it that meditation helps with developing that inner
Okay.
peace?
Hmm.
Maybe no, Brother Michael, would like to start off.
Yeah,
With
because when you are when we meditate, whether it's shorter, whether it's a short period or long period, meditation brings us to the state of calmness when everything is so quiet. There is no voices. When we close our eyes, we just focus on our breathing. It's just a very simple way of meditation when we just focus on our breathing. Close our eyes, we just focus on our breathing. We stop the thought. We stop the all the noises outside. We stop thinking about what is happening in our life for a moment. And just in that state, in that moment of peace, stillness, that really bring us to this to a period, to a state of where we are really really peaceful. Maybe
That's
you want to add a
beautiful.
little bit more.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Brother Michael. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just now we mentioned something like you mentioned it. You started by saying that we are born in peace.
Yes.
That's our true nature. Yeah, that's
Right,
our
right.
natural self.
Mm,
So actually, to me, what meditation does is it helps us get back inside
mm,
to see that peace within.
mm, mm,
You
mm.
know, because with meditation,
Right, right.
one way of meditating is actually to look deep inside ourselves, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and see our true nature, to see our
Mm,
true nature, and disregarding or detaching from all the things, all those things that are causing all these conflicts and all these
mm, mm,
attachments
mm,
and all this chaos and all these
mm, mm,
distractions in our life.
mm,
Because at
mm,
the end of the day, we find that once we reach that state of
mm,
touching our
mm,
true
mm.
nature or seeing our true nature, we'll realize that a lot of things do not matter.
Right.
Really,
Correct. Correct.
a lot of
Correct.
things do not matter. It is like you put a stop to everything. Like it's like
Mm.
on the last day, when I say on the last day, you know what I'm saying. On the last
Right.
day
Right.
of everything,
Mm-hmm.
of
Life.
our existence, basically. Nothing matters,
Right.
really. Nothing matters at all
Yes. Not.
except love.
Right. Right. Yes, we have another comment here for Master Umesh, our dear master. For effective relationship between partners, it always takes both partners to understand one another. It takes two
Yes,
hands to clap always. Yes, very true.
yes,
Beautiful
yes.
statement, Master.
Thank you,
Totally
Master.
agree with you. Yeah, but as we mentioned, the issue now is, a lot of times people don't understand where to find inner peace, and they unintentionally do things that cause them no peace. Maybe they have experienced peace before and they are trying to recreate back to regain back that experience, but maybe they choose the wrong method, the wrong way. They seek for external peace, as we mentioned the way just now. So we want to bring back the audience to understand actually peace comes from within ourselves. You don't need to rely on other things. You just need to connect with yourself through meditation. One of the best tool, best method to do it, because meditation can bring us, the connection back to ourselves, the closeness to understand ourselves, to really understand what we are going through in life, what makes us happy, what makes us sad. Those kind of understanding is very important, you know, in this in this lifestyle we're all going through. Right? You agree?
Yes, yes.
Right. Of
That's
course,
so true.
there is a lot of benefits. There's a lot of benefits. When you find your inner peace. First of all, you save time. You know, you can handle your daily affairs if efficiently. Help you to make better decision. You can also achieve a sense of happiness and bliss. To have a better relationship. What else can you? What else can you find? What else can you buy to have this kind of thing but your own inner peace? Your when you have your peace, you reduce your work stress, improve your work performance, better relationship with your partners, with your family members, and most important, I would say for me, my own personal experience, when you have your own inner peace, you will have happiness, you have joy. That is all that is matter in my, for me in my life now.
Yep.
That's that's why I'm always smiling,
Agreed. Agreed.
right? So for all the audience out there, try to relook again. Where can we find our inner peace? Where can you find your own inner peace? And use that, as a mean, as a tool to help us to grow even stronger, to, to have a better life. Because at the end of the day, what is important in our life is to live happily, to live a life, with peace, where there's love everywhere. We always say the opposite of peace is, brother, what is opposite of peace? We don't want to have all this. What is the opposite of peace?
For me, fear. I would say opposite of peace
Mm,
is fear. Some would say conflict, which is actually in a
right?
form of
Yes.
fear. Yeah.
Mm,
Because a lot of times we are distracted by all these things that we are afraid of, and that's why we have
yes.
no peace.
No, control. You were saying
Yeah,
just now,
the
control.
control. Yeah,
Mm,
the lack of control, right?
yes, yes.
We feel,
Yeah,
yeah, and we feel
yeah.
unpeaceful.
Sometimes people are easily affected when they don't know something. We are human. We need to understand we are human being living in this world. We don't need to know everything in life. Not knowing certain thing is all right.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, sometimes people are so paranoid that they need to know everything, and by not knowing everything, they can't have the peace. They need to, work, find, a lot of way to just to know something. You know, I just need to stress that, everybody is unique in their own way. Everybody have the different knowledge, different understanding, different wisdom. We just have to accept that, we are unique by itself, and that will bring your own peace to you. You no need to compare, right? We don't need to compare. We don't need to compare ourselves with others. We just need to know our passion in life, our own standard, and try to at least achieve our own standard. If you can, improve on your standard, improve on your knowledge so that you can grow.
Continuous growth.
Yes. Every day for me, every day is life. So for some people, life is a challenge. I understand, right? But life is full of meaning in this context. You can experience many kind of emotions, and
and
finding
and,
inner
and
peace.
yeah,
Go ahead.
no, no, and it's just going back to the basics, being our true nature. We were born peaceful,
Yes,
and we should live peaceful.
peacefully.
Yeah, no, because it's just like coming once full circle, in life.
Yes, yes. You just
And
imagine a baby coming into this world, how peaceful they are, how loving they are. Nothing is distracting them, right?
because nothing
Along the way,
matters. Yeah,
yes,
for baby,
nothing
nothing matters,
matters,
right? Nothing
right?
matters. Not relationships, not work, not job, nothing. It's just being, it's just existing,
Mm,
and that's how we should be, right? And
yes,
that's
yes.
peace. That's peace.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, to me,
For
anyway, right?
for all the audience out there, if you want to understand, more in depth about finding your own inner peace, I invite all of you to come to our men's circle physical class next week, on the 25th of August on Thursday at the TG the Golden Space Malaysia Center in Kota Damansara. Right, we'll be elaborating. We'll be talking more details about this topic, and I really
Together with
appreciate.
brother YK as well, right?
Yes,
Yep.
three of us. Yeah,
There are three of
and
us here.
three of us will be elaborating more, some of the tips and some of the methods that can help us to find our peace, right? And we are almost coming to the end of today's live talk, and I personally thank all of you for taking your precious time off to attend today's live talk, and Brother Chong for
Thank you.
being here with me, supporting
Thank
me all
you.
the way.
Thank, we do for each other. This is a
Right.
partnership.
And all the the back end staff who's helping us, giving us
Yeah.
motivation. Big shout out to all
Lau
of
and
them.
Christina. Yeah, Miss
Yes,
Lau and Miss Christina.
yes. Thank you very much, Christina and Miss Lau. All right. So we hope to see all of you again for the next live talk on next month. Okay. So with this, we end today's live talk. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank
Thank
you,
you, guys.
guys. We love you
Bye
all.
bye.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.